Hello, everyone, and
Hello?
welcome to the first governor slash governess debate of the great state of Kaiyaukuta. It is me, AV Links Girl Pause, reporting live from the governess office in Stranbury. Tonight we have with us the esteemed mayor Heifer Mark of Saint Foog, representing the Blue Green Alliance. Say hello.
Hello, thank you for having me here.
And we as well have the Honorable Mayor Heifer Moo, 21, of the PNWP, representing here from Moobro. Say hello.
Hi. Hello.
So this debate will be lasting for approximately 90 minutes. It will, someone just broke a fucking window. I'm not paid enough for this. I can't wait to be done with this shit. Who broke
We
it?
already
It's
have
iron.
a
It's
national
iron.
security problem.
Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. He fucking no, kill him. Everyone kill Iron. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Someone just sent me money.
We have
our
first what is it? Our first fugitive of the state.
Alright. I am gonna attend Cecilia Rabbit's wedding. Listen, don't send too much money, because if you send $100, I cancel elections. Anyways. This is going to be... See, Iron broke my whole fucking flow. Alright, I've been calming myself down for like 30 minutes to be, presidential and shit. Everyone go Pearl Iron. One fossil bounty on Iron's head right now. I want his Pearl.
Do you mean Governess?
Yeah, Governess, whatever. Anyways, this will be a 90-minute debate with a 10-minute break in the middle. We're already a minute over time. This will consist of one candidate being asked a question, being given 2 minutes to respond, and then the other candidate having an opportunity to respond to that. I want as few interruptions as possible. I want this to be a nice, clean debate to as much of an extent as we can expect. This is American politics, after all. And I would like to start with Mayor Heifer, my apologies. Can you give an opening statement for the people? I'm gonna turn off my mic when you talk. It's 2 minutes starting now.
Okay. So I thought there would be questions first, but my opening statement is I really wish to increase the amount of jobs in Kaiyaukuta. No one knows what to do here most of the time. Half of our player base just is kind of aimless, and I really want to give these people jobs. I want to give these people ability to get reasonably priced equipment to get these jobs done. And I really want, wealth to just be built up in the lower classes right now. But also to encourage these people to make what I help them get into shops, into markets. I want them to be able to get their own wealth and make their own trade deals. I want to lead these people into being able to do what's best for them. And I want to do that by making new factories for tools. I also want to encourage by doing state trades to get like forestry set up and stuff like that. I want to do trades for stone, because the state needs stone for public works and all of that. Hiring for public works department is my main policy, I would say. It's what the party's named after.
Alright, and that was the 2 minutes.
Sorry.
Thank you very much for your opening statement. Mayor Heifer Mark, I'll give you your 2 minutes now, starting now.
I just want to begin with the first acknowledgement of my opponent. It is an honor to be here, regardless of the disagreements we may have on the future of Kaiyaukuta. Yet I want to begin with a message of unity where our agendas may align, in the idea that, yes, Right now, Kaiyaukuta seems directionless in its goals and where we want to move as a people. It would be my goal as the governor to hopefully encourage more public works and establish relationships with surrounding nations or inspire trades on a sustainable platform that would not possibly come at the risk of either damaging our local beautiful frontiers, disgracing the lands of the kitsune that live up on the peak, or generally terraforming the lands that Kaiyaukuta calls homes to such an extreme degree that it would be unrecognizable. Growth is not incompatible with sustainability, and by creating factories through the sustainable methods as we are seeing practice now, and create factories in XP as we've seen, we can continue on this rather sustainable platform while also expanding the nation to its greatest extent. And I will give the rest of my time back.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We are in dire need of time as people have been breaking in and whatnot. So I'd like to thank you all. Thank you too for coming to this debate. It's a very important debate for the future of the nation's soul. And Heifer, I'd like to keep the pattern of you start and then Mark continue. So Mayor Heifer, I'd like to ask you, and you'll have 2 minutes to answer the question. How will you develop the Kaiyaukuta economy past where it is now? And the time starts now.
I would like to focus on factory development mostly. I believe we don't really have the farmland to expand a lot of farms for XP beyond going up onto the hills and tilling the land up there. But I don't think that's what the people want. I think they want the hills to be remained untouched. Because they're quite beautiful. And I think working on sustainable factory development. Well, not sustainable isn't what I would say, but just factory development in general. A good example of this is our glassworks, our great Millborough glassworks. It's been one of the most productive sectors, along with the mines. And I would like to encourage the miners and also encourage other people to do similar things, such as the glassworks, by setting up trades for picks, setting up trades for stone, setting up, things that give diamonds to players so that they are able to purchase other goods. Giving iron to players so that they can purchase goods around our great cities. Because right now there's very little economic activity within the nation, and I think it needs an injection of cash, and I think I can give that to our nation. I think I can get things started. With great investments.
And that's time. Thank you very much. Mayor Mark, my apologies. How would you like to respond to, let me fix my, oh no, my FOB is no, never mind. My apologies. You have 2 minutes to respond to Mayor Heifer's comments, starting now.
Mayor Heifer's goals are not ones that we do not share. Both of us wish to see the expansion and further growth of economic activity within the nation, especially within our respected townships. As you may know, I come from a rather inactive and lacking part of the nation due to out of scene or out of game consequences. But I would hope that with the the public's confidence in either administration, that it leads to a future in which maybe newer people come in and join the nation and lead to a more consistent activity level of economics outside of the rather small group that we have hopping on each week. Furthermore, I do not believe that factory development is in complete opposition to sustainability, but and but I do believe that we should continue to try and focus on the more sustainable measures that we have seen with crop development. The the mayoress, I believe, is the correct title. She mentioned how crops could not be expanded, but I think we could see that maybe change in the future. I have no doubt that there will be a time when Kaiyaukuta calls for more living space, and while that may not be in forms of conquest in which we obtain it, as we saw with the construction of the lighthouse that was built in the harbor, there was just at one point just a small little sand island there. We could possibly use terraforming techniques to create more green areas to grow more crops and then lead to that production increase.
All right, Heifer, do you have any responses to Mark's comments?
I do. I believe you are ignoring biome locks on the crops. You are only able to grow very specific things on beaches. The only thing we really can grow out in the sea is kelp. And unless everyone starts eating kelp suddenly, dried kelp, I don't think we're going to be able to do terraforming into the sea as an option for agriculture.
Sorry.
Just because biome locked crop growth. That's all.
Of course. Is there anything that you'd like to say in rebuttal, Mark, at all?
I completely agree with the idea. I mean, I understand that there is biome locks to what we can and cannot grow. But food and crops do not just need to be grown just to eat. We can always trade for our food or obtain our food through alternative means, as we do through potato farms and potato factories. Not farms, factories. But those farms that would have been grown, whether it be kelp, beetroot, or so on, will lead to further economic growth and give people the jobs that you are seeking. Now, granted, they are rather primitive jobs in the sense that we are looking to industrialize the nation and go on to greater and greater heights, whether that be through the construction of the railroad or the getting down into the mines and, as you mentioned, allowing the people to mine their own iron, choose their own destiny, and then engage in commerce. And that is not at an antithesis or at odds with the Green Blue Party's agenda. Green Blue Alliance agenda. But what we may want to do is explore other avenues while keeping people at work.
All right, thank you very much. I'd like to propose a new question. First, of course, to Mayor Heifer. How do you intend to, firstly, expand our population as the nation is currently on an upwards trend? Where in the past 4 weeks, we've had a population explosion of about 5 times the original settler count. How do you intend to draw in new population, but also increase housing while maintaining the high quality builds that we've been doing our best to keep in place here? You have 2 minutes.
First of all, I personally have been trying to work on my own building skill, to contribute to housing. And that I plan on trying to get more of a population through the public works department, to also contribute to new builds. As you might have seen in Nobara, we have 2 player-built houses that weren't even commissioned by the state. They were came up with independently. Sorry, I'm getting spammed.
What was that?
Sorry, I was getting spammed.
I suggest turning chat off. I've had chat off this whole time.
Yeah, no, I was getting spammed on Discord. I'm gonna have to go. Do not disturb.
My apologies. I'll pause and I'll add an extra 30 seconds. My apologies.
I want to hire more architects. Deco has been very good, but only having one person being able to build in this style, it's really tough. Because if he goes offline, the development of the city kind of stops, and the development of Stranbury is integral to the nation currently, as the majority reside here. But I wish to try and get our newer players in on building. It is proven with a good approval system that we can get high quality builds. And I think getting new players into our nation, I think our method of propaganda creation that our great governess AV has started is a very good method. And also the sort of encouragement in chat of new players has been very helpful, and I wish to continue that. Hopefully, work on my own propaganda. Recruitment posters.
Thank you very much.
And
we are now over time for the
advertising the Reddit.
My apologies. Mayor Heifer Mark, is there anything you'd like to say in response? You have 2 minutes, starting now.
So, I agree with the idea. There is a issue that comes about when we raise the population, and we can first talk about how I would propose we raise the population. As we've been doing occasionally to newer players, at least those within the new friend class, they've been offered gear and some hypothetical training wheels, if anyone understands, to kind of ease them into the Civmc standards slowly but surely. Just a few weeks ago, I was in their shoes, and I was put in St. Fug when it was literally just a beach. Now, granted, has it grown so much from that? Admittedly, with the 3 buildings that exist in St. Fug as of now, no. But just today, we gained a new resident, one of the new members of the nation, who is now living in one of our temporary housing units, that we plan to upgrade so that, like we see with the larger brick element or brick house within St. Fug, eventually those houses can be torn down, temporarily, the stuff in them temporarily moved, and then rebuilt into a more standardized form of building as we see within Stranbury. But we do also need to acknowledge that there should be some form of regional building style to keep with that local aesthetic. Other than that, I would propose, as for the expansion of housing, or at least maintaining the quality of builds, new people coming in does not necessarily mean that the building standard will not be continue to be upheld. for example, one of the residents of St. Fug, Emperor John, built that brick structure based off similar buildings from the era that we try to match within Stranberry. And it looks relatively as if it would match the aesthetics within the capital, and while sticking to the aesthetics of St. Fug. Now, granted, we would like to probably hire some architects to kind of help more properly plan out where buildings are going to go and how we're going to make the most use of the land we have. But I think that we should try and give new players a chance due to our rigorous kind of immigration system.
Hold on, pause.
And
Scandic, citizens of Scandic, cut it out. Stop trying to break it. Stop trying to. Are you putting up the pig? Are you gonna put up the pig? Give me the painting. Heifer, sit down. Give me the painting. Give me the painting. I'll put it up. Stop trying to break in. Stop it with the breaking in. That's not nice. It's not nice to break in.
I can't even place it. Yeah, you shouldn't be able to.
No, there you go.
You're interrupting.
No, there you go. Now stop trying to break in. You're interrupting the debate and interfering with our democratic process. Do you understand? I can't read you in chat, but just nod, because you're interrupting with the democratic process here. That's not good. This isn't going to reflect well on the foreign policy part, I'm telling you. It's not going to reflect well. Alright? Nod? Give me a nod that you're going to stop trying to break in. Alright, thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, am I going to get a nod? Are we getting a nod? We're getting a running from side to side. I'm not quite sure what that means. I got a nod from SSG. Thank you, SSG. Thank you. Our newest dual citizen, let me say, he's a great citizen. You don't get a lot of citizens like him. He's a great citizen. He's very great. Oh, we've been offered a potato of peace. Thank you very much. Alright, now we gotta get back to the debate. I'm gonna make Ironbread clean up. Was Iron pearled? Has he been pearled? I'd say I'd give one fossil for his pearl. Anyways, Heifer, you have, you're gonna have 2 minutes to respond, and then we're gonna move on to personal questions. Thank you very much.
On the topic of new friend gear, I forgot about it because I've been already providing new friend gear. Who the fuck threw a potion through the window?
A lot of bad hombres out there.
Can we agree that no matter who wins, the first act will be the establishment of like a peace force?
Clearly, we need some
Peace
kind of
force?
We need a police force.
Yeah,
Some sort of policing force to keep the.
I suppose we do.
Yeah, someone
I hear blocks being broken.
Someone call.
They're breaking blocks outside.
Someone call the SSDF.
Okay.
Can anyone call the SSDF? We were in the partnership.
I don't think anyone currently.
Tell the Southern Strategic Defense Cooperative to get these hoodlums and criminals off of my street. My apologies, for you. We have 1 more minute. You have 1 more minute.
So I've already been providing new friend gear. Regardless. They threw a potion again. Regardless of the fact that it is not currently my duty to, I've been providing gold gear to our new friends. In my great gold factory, we've been making armor, enchanted armor for our friends. Giving them temporary silk touch gold pickaxes so they can head straight to the mines and mine up anything they like. Without worrying about messing anything up. So they're able to collect valuable ores quicker without having to obtain diamond gear for it. And I would like to encourage. I'd like to continue that policy of using gold gear, and I would like to also get cheap diamond gear for our new friends as well.
Thank you very much.
As cheap as I can possibly get it.
We're now over time because I need a second to tell him to cut it out. It's not nice. That's not niceys. I'm gonna tell him it's not niceys. That's not niceys. I have caps on. Hold on, let me check the J/J. This is Yeah, there you go. Look at this. Look at this. A lot of breaking blocks. Foreign citizens. It's not good. It's really not good. You're seeing a lot of it. It's not what you want to see. It's not what we want to see in diplomacy. It's not the goal. It's very, very sad. It's very, very sad. It's saddening. It's depressing. This is not how diplomacy or politics should be upheld. I watched too many debates planning this. For the I'm doing the fucking Trump voice. I hate this.
It's okay. We all have I wouldn't call it trauma, but a collective consciousness.
Hey, Marianne, get away from the door. Get away from the door, Marianne. Get away from the door. Get away. What are you talking about? You're bombing Kaiyaukuta? Very sad. Very, very sad. Alright. I'm turning the chat back off. You can't have nice
I believe Marianne's stuck in here.
Yeah,
she was stuck in the.
That's good. No, I mean it's safer in here than out there. No, she found her way out. She's fine. They probably broke.
Okay.
How did she find her way? Did someone break the fucking door? How did they broke the window? They're breaking the windows. They're breaking everything. It's not good. It's really not good. It's really no. Marianne, get out. Marianne, no. I can't.
Marianne, I will kill you.
Marianne, get out. Get out.
Are we gonna have a murder?
Get out!
Are we gonna have a murder on the Democratic?
Go to the door. Go to the door. Go to the
floor?
door right now. Get to the door. Go to the door. You door. I can't even. You know what? You're going in the immigration room. Go in the immigration room.
What?
Go to the immigration. Go in. No,
Poor
not
Marianne
that.
is
No,
just-
okay.
They
We got to get back to the debate. This is the personal question section now. I feel like I'm in Five Nights at Freddy's.
I can't close the door.
I feel like I'm in Five Nights at Freddy's. Everyone's fucking running around.
5 nights at Strawberry.
5 Nights at Strawberry. Oh, this is bullshit. Oh, fucking hell. That's really wonderful. All right. So,
you do know Cecilia Rabbit and her fiance are coming.
that's really wonderful. I really hope that they stay in their seats. I trust Salerno. Salerno's a very good nation. I've done a lot of talks with Salerno. They're a very reliable country. All right. Now listen, I'd like to move on to personal questions. Firstly, just to keep up the order, Heifer. So, a few nights ago, you were caught on record to be saying you can't wait for the food to run out so that you could sell to citizens that was previously free. With this and your anti-new friend remarks over the past, how can the citizenry trust you to have the greater state's interests at heart along with the rights of new friends within the nation? You have 2 minutes.
I would like to say, personally, you were there for my change of heart. I was very upset with new friends for a very long time. But you know personally that we were planning on opening up my farm for everyone to use. Personally, AV. Governess,
This
sorry.
is a national debate. This is a national debate, not to be mistaken with personal grievances. You may continue.
I understand that, but you would know this from conversations with me. That I have had a change of heart about new friends. I was very upset. I must admit. With our new friend population. I was having struggles with them. What I perceived them not putting in enough time. To really contribute to the nation, but you really put it into perspective when you really said to me that I just heard glass breaking.
Sounds like someone's breaking in.
Just a storm, Dick. Calm down.
I've had a change of heart when you put it like most of our players, they don't even have enough diamonds for a diamond pickaxe. I feel like my view was skewed for how lucky I had been while I was down in the mines myself, and doing diamond mining myself. I collected a lot more diamonds than it seems average. and I really had a change of heart, and I do feel for our new friends. And I really wish to encourage them to get better into the community.
Thank you very much, Mark. Is there anything you'd like to say in response?
Nothing other than as a former new friend myself, if not current new friend, depending on this. This, I was deeply disturbed by the lack of sympathy that it was once held by, and at least is still sometimes mentioned by people within this community. But I can testify to the difficulty there is in finding diamonds, and especially on the education of some new friends to not mine diamonds right away and try and obtain the needed silk touch pickaxes. But I can say for sure that if we were to foster and continue, maybe implement a plan similar to what Heifer has been doing with the gold armor, we will create a much more welcoming community to new friends who are willing to stick around and learn the server. New friends, I do think when they join the server, genuinely do want to try and participate, but they get off-put by the change in gameplay compared to the traditional Minecraft experience, and then the geopolitical aspect of it. But by creating a much more welcoming environment, such as with the gear that the state has been sponsoring, which, if elected, I would make a state-sponsored program in cooperations with business, I would see that all new friends would be welcomed and given their chance to try and learn and understand what is expected of them. Just as I have.
All right, thank you very much. Next, I'd like to move on to a question directed towards you, Mark. In your campaigning, you claim that you would transition the experience economy away from EXP grinders to kelp and bamboo. However, on Civmc, neither of those methods grant experience, having been replaced by factory mod. Along with this, out of your 15 hours on the server, 7 were spent AFK while you were pursuing higher education. And so, I'd like to ask, how do you think your immense lack of experience, playtime experience, affects your ability to lead, and why should voters choose you over a candidate with, and I kid you not, more than 10 times the lived experience? You have 2 minutes.
So, it is a rather large point of contention amongst anyone who would seek to vote for me. I am admittedly an inexperienced player who made their platform and campaigned without the solid understanding of how factories worked and how everything started to work. But I continued to educate myself. As said, we want to create a welcoming system and ability for new friends to learn how the system works. But I would ask that, despite my 7 hours of AFK, I did that so that I may remain within the nation and remain an active participant within the nation. I do want to see this country prosper, despite my my previous days' rather occupation with higher education. And I can promise you that in the coming weeks, I will have much more time to dedicate to this server and to the community as a whole. And all I ask is for a vote of confidence to put it into some new blood and see where we can take this nation.
Thank you very much. Heifer, I'd like to provide you 2 minutes to respond to his statements.
I don't have any remarks to make about what Mark has said.
All right. With that, that is the end of the internal policy segment of the debate. Segment. It's kind of crazy. And
Segment.
so we're gonna be taking a 10-minute break. allow the candidates to kind of cool down their minds, collect themselves, do any excess research they may want to do, get water, take a piss, talk with the people outdoors, talk with people in chat. We'll still be here. We're not going anywhere. But if you were to come back at 8:15 p.m. Greenwich, Connecticut Standard Time, we'll be returning with foreign policy questions regarding Southern Aelnerith and the greater server community. And so we will see you again in 10 minutes. Thank you very much. Now I'm going to cut the broadcast here.
I'll be right back. I'm being called.
Oh, my mouth. All right, the broadcast is about to return. Thank you all very much for your patience. We had to take a break because, listen, we've been drinking a lot of water. We're staying hydrated. Remember to stay hydrated, everyone. Take care of yourself. You know.
I don't
Why don't
drink
we
water.
have-
It's bad for you.
That's really lovely. Really lovely.
We in St. Fug only drink nothing but raw milk.
All right. Well, I believe it's time for me to switch the broadcast back to the in-game footage. There's a lot of blocks being broken right now. It's very frustrating. Very upset. Let me actually check this. I'm checking the
It's not.
switch.
It's literally not even January. I don't know why all these people are in.
Yeah, look at this. Look at all the things happening right now. Look at this. Note, please notice, only one of these people is even a citizen. All I'm gonna notice. All I'm gonna say. Which, quite frankly, it fits very nicely into... Where is it? Chat.
Hey, there's someone getting on the roof.
Yeah, I told Cecilia to handle that.
2 people are getting on the roof.
I told Cecilia to handle that. If she can't handle it, that's not... You know, if anything, that just
We
fits...
can't handle our own citizens.
Firstly, thank you two for waiting. Thank you for the debate. Today, I'd like to start with Heifer, of course, with the beginning of the external policy portion of the debate, which is very, very topical with how much people are running and sprinting around. We're 3 minutes ahead of schedule, so just know, yeah, everyone has like each week gets like 1 minute and 30 seconds of extra leeway. Yeah, there's a lot of things being done right now. Not a lot being done, but there's conflict going on outside right now. There's fighting outside of our walls. But with that backdrop, I'd like to ask you, Heifer, what is your just general foreign policy plan for the great state of Kaiyaukuta? You have 2 minutes.
Well, one of my main points of my foreign policy, is now no longer valid, as the nation has dissolved. Our friends at Pine Valley have sadly left the area. But I would like to try and find new opportunities and new rail links. Specifically, I want to develop rail ties with our friends. I believe it would be best to have trade between us. And I'm mostly concerned about trade when it comes to foreign policy. I really wish to get some trade development going on. Because as our cities grow, we need places to spend our diamonds as well as make them. I'm very distracted by all of the people around. It's kind of scary.
I suggest doing F1. Frankly, I don't think we're in danger. These are all of our allies around us. I know everyone here. All of them are on good terms with us. All of them like us here. Let me return the vibe. Yeah, they're all allies. With all the break-ins and stuff, it's a little bit concerning, but none of them are really showing hostile intent. I'm not seeing any new obsidian on the map or anything. So I think we're good. We should be good.
Okay.
Sorry for taking up your time. I can add another 30 seconds if you like. Add another.
No, I'm good. That's all.
Right, and Mark, I'd like to Mayor Mark, the mayor, Mr. Mark. I'd like to now ask you what your general foreign policy goals will be. You have 2 minutes.
The Green Blue Alliance sticks with the idea of peace through prosperity. Or, well, peace leads to prosperity. In the end, we gain more by making friends rather than making peace. And, of course, we best start by taking care of the friends we already have. That means deepening the relationship between Aniso, between Scandic, and making sure that those relationships become not only more formalized, but working to open trade and just generally increase cooperation and integration within the a foreign policy measure that we could always work towards is further international cooperation if it's not at our own expense.
I'm hearing reports that people are doing meth outside. Sorry.
It's fine. We might want to deal with that later.
I have police working on it. I've messaged our guard dog Cecilia. It's gonna be handled. Don't worry about it. Please continue.
I would like to continue to, but I would just like to continue our cooperation with our sister state of Skandik, and expand the partnership with Aniso if given the chance. Maybe integrate Kaiyaukuta when we have more people and are truly getting a solid foundation. Integrate us more formally into the Southern Defense Cooperative. And I will yield my time back to the moderator.
Thank you very, very much. Heifer, I'd just like to ask if you have any comments that you'd like to make regarding Mark's foreign policy. Anything like to add on to your own? You have 2 minutes.
I don't believe I do.
Oh, thank you very much. So then we can move on to the next question. As I'm sure you two know, there's been an increase, not just in Southern Aelnerith, but across the server of general terrorism. On April Fools, the logger known as Hacker dispersed chests with the materials to make withers across the server. There have been obby bombings in the royal city of Rosano. There were planned attacks on Skandik and Rosano, which were stopped. There was an obby bombing and withering of Calcadonia very, very recently. And there's just generally been an increase of fear and concern on the server regarding the recent explosion, I would call it, of terrorism. And I'd like to ask you, Heifer, first, Mayor Heifer, what is it that you believe that the Kaiyaukuta nation can do to counteract this global surge of terrorism? You have 2 minutes.
I believe, first of all, that as we grow, we're likely to see some of this. I believe the policy of trying to keep the peace and trying not to make enemies is probably for the best to try and avoid that sort of thing. But as we gain more wealth and opportunities here, I think military build-up is definitely a priority. I have been worried about that sort of thing. I think getting stockpiles of things to acid out obby bombing and stuff like that is a priority for my government. But I also think establishing more wide-reaching trade is another good thing to disincentivize that, I would say. If people have a stake in what we are doing, then they'll be dissuaded from doing stuff like that, I believe. That's all.
Thank you very much. And I would like to add on the militarization front that we are currently a signatory of a yet officially undisclosed pact between local nations regarding counterterrorism. So I just believe that that's an important backdrop for you two in regards to the situation. Mayor Mark, how do you believe that Kaiyaukuta should move forward in this heightened state of global terrorism? You have 2 minutes. Please proceed.
Yes, so at the current state, Kaiyaukuta is in no position to admittedly, unless it's strung together through more improvised methods, to kind of attack these current global problems. So, like my opponent was saying, I don't think we'll see these problems necessarily affect us directly until we are much more developed and have something worth stealing or worth ruining. But I think it will. I think my opponent's thoughts on the future is a rather sound one. Have people have stakes in the nation itself so that they're less inclined to do it. But I take it on a different interpretation, where if nations have stakes within our relationship and have a reason for our relationship to be prosperous, whether that be through trade, mutual defense, or just through shared cultural values or goals as nations, I think it would be best that we make it not only that people have stakes in the economy of Kaiyaukuta, but in the actual existence of Kaiyaukuta as a state. Therefore, not only is it Kaiyaukuta that is charged with defending against these terrorist attacks, but Kaiyaukuta and its allies.
I understand that you still have 25 seconds on the clock, but I'd like to get a clarification of what you said. Did you just state that Kaiyaukuta did not have anything worth ruining? Would you like to expand on that statement with the 22 seconds remaining?
Yes, I suppose I could say I definitely misspoke there. We are a nation that the worst types of people would like to see ruined for such petty reasons. But I would say in our current state, we are a less attractive target to terrorist attacks.
Thank you very much. Mayor Heifer, is there anything you'd like to say in response to Mayor Mark's comments?
I don't believe I do.
All right. Then I believe that we should move on. We're zooming through this. How far ahead of schedule are we?
Who's on fire?
That doesn't matter. Yeah, we're a good 20 minutes ahead of schedule. I'll be damned. There's no arguing. There's no beef. What's the point of a U.S. debate?
I'm sorry.
Well, there's a lot of beef
I'm not one to.
There's a lot of beef.
I don't think there's a lot of. I think it's not. I feel like most of the policy positions as of right now are rather loose. Within the state, Kaiyaukuta, and I think the goals are rather mutual at the moment.
All right. Well then, I'd like to move on to the.
Someone aiming a gun at my head.
Who was who? You can't be doing.
Someone in red armor was aiming a gun at my head.
What does it say?
That makes me feel unsafe.
Someone said deny.
Someone in red armor.
And depose on the door. We don't have any health insurance companies. All of these things are subsidized by the state at the moment. What are you writing about?
I think it's Top Hat Alex.
Yeah. If you want to deny,
we don't
defend,
have
depose, put that out inside of a monument group building. See how that gets you, huh? What if a bomb? What if a pearl dropped on your head right now?
Hello, Top Hat Alex.
Pearl dropped on your head right now.
Yeah,
why are you threatening?
You know, listen, sit down, sit down. You're not in danger. Don't worry about it.
Alex is apparently Lalo Salamanca from the famous show Better Call Saul.
That's really, really good for them. Our next segment is, as I'm sure you two have realized through the posters, through diplomatic talks, through our ties, we are currently between two of the regional powers, between the Republic of Skandik and the Principality of Aniso. Our history with Aniso is certainly troubled, with them being the former colonizer, the former occupier, extorting 300 diamonds from Skandik to provide our independence, and not recognizing us as an independent state. The government recognized us, I believe it was the 5th of April, but the royal family did not even recognize us as a government until yesterday. And so, on that note, Skandik, of course, has been aiding us greatly. They've been providing us with gear exchanges, with all these wonderful things. But as time has been moving forward, we've been seeing more of Aniso being open to handing the olive branch in a way. With Varbo's new administration, we've made a lot of progression on the Leona Rail Nara line, heading towards the city of Shiroyama. And we've made a lot of progress in different peace treaties and non-aggression pacts. They actually signed a pact with us before Skandik did. And Scandic, as we can see, has today broken into our windows. They were the first nation to grief us, actually, as Power Utter and put up signs around inside of our Capitol building. Or it wasn't signs; it was a painting, which they actually had placed in here again today. And other such instances, and just looking at the history, I know Heifer has watched the Imperial Federation Imperial Times video, which hasn't exactly painted Aniso in a fair light. I think we can agree to those who've watched it. I think it was pretty. I mean, their news logo has the Iron Cross on it. That should tell you everything you need to know. But I wanted to ask Heifer, when it comes to cooperation with Aniso and Scandic, how do you think that we should move forward between these two nations' spheres? Should we lean towards Scandic? Should we lean towards Aniso? Should we go for a sort of cooperational with both model, looking to bring the two together? Or should we go our own separate way as a third influential power in the region? You have 2 minutes. Thank you very much.
I don't believe we're in a position to do a third influential power in the region. Unfortunately, it's the reality of our situation. I do think we're sort of trapped between both. But I would like to see cooperation with the both of them. I do admittedly have my problems with members of Aniso, but I would like to try and move past that. I would like to hold out an olive branch. I think rail links are a nice start, direct lines such, but also, sorry, I'm very distracted with all the noise. I would like to. I admittedly have less experience with Scandic, just because we don't see them often around here. And when we do, it's usually for vandalism. And it makes me a little bit more wary of Scandic, but I would like to try and put that aside to the betterment of the nation. That is all.
Thank you very much. Mayor Mark, your remarks. You have 2 minutes starting now.
I will take from what I had said in that peace brings prosperity. While we are not in the position to be a third regional power, I think we could see it in the next few weeks, maybe month or so, and then we can reapproach that issue of trying to go our own way. But as of now, yes, we only have two options, and that is to really balanced point or a favor. I would say that we would continue our cooperation with our sister state of Scandic, who has supported us from the very beginning. And while we continue the construction of the Shiroyama line, or the line towards Shiroyama, within Nisso, I think we should continue to trade, continue to cooperate. But we need to also understand that there needs to be not necessarily concessions, but there needs to be an acknowledgement of existence, acknowledgement of nationhood, and I would take that possibly maybe a document or a treaty acknowledging not only the state of Kaiyaukuta, but relinquishing claim to the lands could lead to a much more future secure.
If I may
secure.
Yes. The government of Aniso relinquished claims on the island on the 13th of March, and officially the entire government, including the royal family, recognized as independent yesterday. There is a treaty that had been signed, I believe, on the 5th of April by the Diet of Aniso, recognizing our independence. I just believe that would be important information for you to know going into the next 30 seconds of your time. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, I mean, with such barriers no longer being placed on us, I feel like there's no reason not to continue cooperation with NSO. It's the question is, can we take them at their word? In this current case, I have yet to see NSO break our trust. Even if unless we want to make a distinction between the royal family and the.
You may make that distinction after Heifer. Would you like to make any comments in regards to what Mark had just said? You have 2 minutes.
I'm not sure I do. I'm perhaps a bit more wary of Scandic, despite their support, just because of their vandal behavior that we keep seeing reoccurring. But that's all really. I'm weary of both, but I'm willing to work with both, and I want to work with both. That's all.
Thank you very much, Mark. Is there anything you'd like to say to expand on that?
Well, the vandalism is a concern. I do not think it reflects the entire nation of Scandic.
Mayor, if I may
I
interject,
think
currently this is the Prime Minister and one of their Senate members outside doing this. I'd just like to interject.
I'm going to keep my statement.
All right, I understand. Does that conclude what you two have to say about Scandic and Anissa? Or?
I think so.
All right. I believe just a moment to discuss. While this doesn't affect us as directly right now, currently, I'd argue there's 2 major powers here in the southern, peninsula of Amarith. These being the Shikanet of Nara and the Imperial Federation. Now, we have a treaty signed, which includes Nara, which again they've been getting very upset at me for acknowledging its existence, despite the fact that it's like 8 out of 9 member states have signed it. But we have a treaty in the works with them, and we're in the Imperial Federation Salerno Groveheart Partnership for Peace program as a part of the Southern Strategic Defense Cooperative. And I believe in that regard that we should consider, when it comes to the greater powers of the nation, because of course there's Anissa, there's Scandic, they're regional powers, but I'm talking the big dogs, the Naras, the Imperial Federations, the Pavia's a hyperpower, but the Astalias, the Icenias. Which sphere should we work to cooperate closer to? The geographically and politically closer nation of Nara, or the culturally closer and who's done more cooperation so far with us of the Imperial Federation, who shares our same democratic values and whatnot, as opposed to the sort of realpolitik view of aligning with Nara? Heifer, I'd like to give you 2 minutes to speak.
Thank you, Governess. I'm torn. I do think that Nara is a natural sort of ally. We do quite nearly border them. They are very close. But also nearly, like, some of us nearly go to the Imperial Federation daily here. I'm one of them. I'm often going through the Imperial Federation, walking through it. And there's often talks about how the Imperial Federation has been good. And we had a new friend tour that went through the Imperial Fed. There's a lot to be said for cooperation with the Imperial Federation. But also Nara is it's very important to consider, and I'm not too sure myself. I think it's better to see how our more closer regional allies lean and how that develops, and then move on from that stepping stone. And basing our policy of more regionalistic goals and regionalistic sort of combined effort. That's all.
All right, thank you very much. Mark, this is your opportunity to speak. You have 2 minutes.
Yeah, similarly, I think I would be wary of cooperating with, well, like the opposition said, like my opponent said, frequently our citizens go to the Imperial Federation, and they go there and trade, and they decide where to spend their diamonds and iron at. And Nara is a natural at least geopolitically, geopolitically, an ally. However, I am much more wary about aligning too quickly with either side at the moment, at the risk that, depending on who is elected and depending on how politics develop within the country, could we lose a little bit of ourselves by aligning too closely with those other powers? I would say that it's best to just kind of stick to, if I had to pick a side, the Imperial Federation at this point, to stick with our democratic values that are very important to this republic. And other than that, I would see to follow their example if we were to align with one of them.
All right, thank you very much. I'd just like to ask if either of you two have anything you'd like to say to expand on foreign policy with, be it Scandic in their sphere and ISO in their sphere, or the greater superpowers of the region.
I don't believe so. I do have some already quite good connections with another nation. We do have quite close ties with Kaiyaukuta. We've made some profitable trades with Kaiyaukuta in Mubara. 80 diamonds worth of trades. It's brought a lot of wealth into the nation, and I'd like to continue that cooperation, and in that sense. But there's not really much else. I would still like to also get a more direct route to Pavia, as we're nearly constantly going back and forth from Pavia, and the indirect route right now does limit us a lot. It wastes a lot of time.
Right.
Oh,
my apologies.
That's all.
All right. Thank you. My apologies. I'd like to I believe in that event, if no one has any further foreign policy statements, that we can wrap this up. Mark, I'm going to ask that you go first, and I'm going to. Oh, what were you about to say?
Oh, I was going to say, what's it called? I think I have nothing else left to say.
All right. Well, then I'm going to ask that for the next 2 minutes, you make your closing remarks and how you'd like to wrap up and really sell yourself to the people of Kaiyaukuta. You have 2 minutes. Thank you very much.
Yes, very simple. I ask for your confidence as a people, to hopefully, if you are to accept me or vote for me as your governor, allow me to show you what I can do when I do have not only more time, but as I learn more and live with this community, hopefully new friends could come to this country knowing that they wouldn't be so discriminated against or have a better chance at learning the server and learning what is expected of them, knowing that one of them are helping lead this country.
All right, thank you very much. Heifer, I'd like to hear your final statements. You have 2 minutes.
I would like to just say I am very dedicated to the cause of Kaiyaukuta. I've put a lot of time, I put a lot of sweat, I put a lot of late nights and long days into this nation, and I've been working very hard. And I want to be able to sort of spread the prosperity. I wanna be able to help get more people more involved in this nation, and I want them to have that same drive to keep going as I've had, to help reform our economy and transform our position into a much stronger one, um, in the future. And I implore you to make the decision you feel is best for Kaiyaukuta above all. And if you feel that Mop has the better point, I encourage you to vote for him. But I would also graciously accept and want your vote. I very much care about this nation, and I want to see it do well.
All right. I'd like to thank you two for your time. We're running, frankly, we're doing very well. We're about 40 minutes before time. If you two would like, shake hands, and we can wrap up this debate. Stand up, shake hands, and whatnot. Oh, meet in the middle for the better screenshot. Meet in the middle. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. You see, Mark doesn't want to meet in the middle. That's what we're gonna be saying in the polls.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you two very much. I have to thank to you, the audience at home, those who are pearled, those who are on their minecart trips home, those who are doing whatever. The broadcast is going to continue for approximately 10 minutes, so you can continue listening to the radio until you find something else. I'd like to thank everyone very much for participating in the democratic process of the great state of Kaiyaukuta. Thank you all very much. Tomorrow night at 7, it'll probably start at 7:45 p.m. Greenwich in parentheses Connecticut Standard Time. There'll be a live vote tallying. So that'll also be something to watch. You'll get to see in real time as the polls close at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time in Stranbury. And yeah, thank you all very much for watching. I have to go piss because the only thing fatter than my fucking tits is my bladder. I'll see you all later.